Okay, marhaba. Hello, this is Rani Ahmed with you, and in this time it's just a response to some of the questions. This is just, I'm going to tell this sentence only for the Arab guys, which is, this is gonna be, this video is totally in English to all my followers and all my fans, okay? So this just only this sentence, excuse me, for the Arabs. هذا الدرس هذه مش درس عفوا، هون مجرد رد. هذا الرد هو أو مجرد كمان تعليقات مش بس ردود لبعض الأسئلة وبعض التنويه، وفي بعض الأشياء ممكن كمان نحكي فيها. So I only said to them that this is just a response, this is just comments. I wanted to talk to you like face to face, you know, using video, and you can see me. It has been so long since I have not shown my face to you. Okay. Well, let's start. Now I took some of the questions, okay, from the comments that I get. Okay. You know, I can't cover them all, and it's going to take a long time, and you're gonna be bored. So I just wanted to take some of them, and don't think that they are the thing, okay? Well, we start with here. There's a question from Ahmed Sami. He's from Egypt. He says, what's the difference between C and Objective C? Now, there's no difference, because Objective C is is C, okay, but it has some of the instruction set, okay, that's or some of the statements that are made, and that's why I make those brackets, you know, because they are very much like the brackets of Objective C, okay. So those messages that we used to talk about in the previous lessons are what you can call them like they are the same messages that are used in another language, and the same way of writing, same way of syntax, okay, that's used in another language called small talk, okay, like it's an old language, okay, and it's just like a superset of C language, like it is like you're using some of the C and just implementing it into the way you use it, into, I mean, the things that are used in small talk, and you imported them into C, and you're making those things which are Objective C. And from a reading that I've got, okay, and I asked about it too, okay, I was told this thing. I got two responses. I got the first one is telling me that Objective C is a superset of C with a small talk derived messaging syntax, and it's the same as I told you. And also I got like any C code is a valid Objective C code. Changing the extension of the file from C to like .c into .m, okay, makes it as a pure Objective C code, okay, and that's the definition of a superset, okay. Now the Objective C or the object-oriented Objective C code, okay, is or are all additions based on small talk, okay. So they got things from that language on small talk, and you can find it on Wikipedia, read about it a little bit, and I read a little bit. It has things like a mix, so it has some kind of a mix in Pascal, okay, and it's another language if you don't know it, and of course computer language, not a girly language. So and it has a syntax adaptation of a small talk syntax into C, so there are no conflicts between the two languages, and both have the same runtime, okay, and with the additions of the types that are required by the C language, okay. So that's all about the differences. So there's no difference, okay? It's just you took C and you build on it, okay, on the top of it, okay, things, I mean other syntax, okay? You added that syntax which you took, or you inspired from Smalltalk into C. Now next, so I don't think I'm not looking at you. Let me see, I'll put my notes, because this is what I want to talk about. Now, how to meet with me live, how you can contact with me and chat with me. You can go to webchat.freenode.net. Okay, Freenode is the best resource for live chatting in IT to me, and I know everybody would agree with me in that. So search for Freenode, okay? It's like the word free, from freedom, FREE, and node, a node, okay? And ODE, it's just one word, Freenode, okay? So webchat.freenode.net, and log into our channel. It's just a channel mainly for Arabs, called LinuxAC. Okay, and if you are an Arab and an IT and you haven't been to our channel, then you're missing so much. Okay, and even if you have been to our if you've been searching online for Arab and Arab related stuff in IT, okay, and you haven't been to linuxac.org, there's some, you missed so much. Okay, so I want to tell this to the Arabs again in Arabic. So إذا كنت أنت من الناس اللي ما دخل قناتنا على IRC freenode.net، أوكي، على webchat.freenode.net، على قناة LinuxAC، أوكي، وتكتب هاش، أوكي، you write hash، أوكي، LinuxAC as a channel name، تكتب LinuxAC as معها الشبكة، أوكي، عشان تفوت على القناة، just to access the channel. okay. وإذا ما عملت تسجيل عندنا بالlinuxac.org، في عم تروح عليك كتير. اوكي، اكيد، لانه هيدي الصفحة من اهم صفحات بتتعلق في المصدر المفتوح بالاي تي. كويس. So LinuxAC is the best, or maybe not the best, is one of the most important IT web pages for the Arabs. Okay. And many who you see they having their own websites related to open source, they already started from linuxac.org. Okay. Now next, so you'll find me as Super Linux with any addition, maybe Super Mac also sometimes, because I use the Macintosh and I log on from Macintosh. Okay. But it's Super something. Okay, but I'm Super Linux mainly. Okay, so أنا دائما تلاقيني بسوبر لينكس أو سوبر ماك أو إس أو sometimes you can find Oracle underscore because that's my laptop's username. Okay. Now, the importance of research. I want to talk about the importance of research. Now, an IT without research is nothing. Okay, because you can't do anything, okay, unless you use the internet, Google every day. Okay. What else? IRC on Freenode is very, very crucially important, because there are things you can't ask it to ask Google to do for you. Some of the questions you can't really express them the way we humans understand them. Okay, whatever you do. Okay, so because when you're dealing with Google, you're dealing with a computer, and a computer is just a hardware, so doesn't understand anything. It's just like that. So so that's why IRC is important. You can just go to any channel on Freenode using its like you've got, for example, you want to talk about Windows, you can go to the channel named Windows. put a mesh, you know, the square on your on top of number 3, okay, shift and 3, okay, on your keyboard, and type the name of the title of the topic you want to ask about: Windows, Linux, FreeBSD, programming, anything. Okay, just think about it, you get something. Okay. So as I told you, nothing can make you a good IT without research. Every day, non-stop. Okay, on your, even on your weekends. Okay, try to give an hour or two on research. Okay, even chatting with people on IT is very important. You just to stay all the time in the environment, even if you, for example, had to work in some other non-IT jobs. Okay, because you will, and I tell you, you will some days face sometimes that you cannot work as an IT. Okay, not every time an IT is needed. Okay. Also, I want to talk about I will move on and postpone this. It just came to my mind. Okay. Now I have two guys. Thanks guys. Those are Zuhair Al-Wakili from Morocco, Maghreb, and Nawaf Mansour from KSA, Saudi Arabia. Okay, Saudi. So those guys are, as far as I see, okay, because of their comments. I know there are people who are watching. I'm not saying anything, but those guys are like directly when they get the video, just directly they watch it. Okay. And they also like directly give me thanks on comments, but I want more than thanks from you guys. I want just more like okay, بدي منكم أكتر. Thank them in Arabic. I want more from you, not just only comments. Okay, ما بدي بس تعليق. Okay, like thanks, like shukran, things like this. Now I want more. I want questions. Okay, questions can make us understand things better. Okay, if any of you understand things, try to ask it again. Doesn't matter. Okay, because I'm trying to make something like a forum, but using YouTube. Okay, using comments. Okay. And as you notice, I don't mind video responses. You wanna respond to me using videos? No worries. Okay, no troubles. Okay, we've got also Mr. Tropical, somebody whose username is Tropical, and mate, yes, you're the only one who just asked me about Python since I don't know when. Okay, it has been so long. Somebody asked me about PyS60. Yes, I got some questions. Why PyS60? Okay, why you are talking about PyS60 and just like sort of weak project? Okay, like a weak tool. I mean, in the end, it's a project to be a tool. Okay, to be writing, it's just to let you write mobile programs on Nokia. Okay, and Symbian operating system. Well, thanks, mate. That's what I want to say. Okay, to you, Mr. Tropical, and I want to say also, well, Python on PyS60 is just for fun. Okay, you want to have some fun on your phone. Okay, you want to, for example, deplete your mobile's battery. Okay, the battery of your mobile. Just simply put a vibration module and just let your mobile go forever. I know you can short the battery, but I think, I'm not sure, you can this way you might harm it, but this is like a safe way. You can just let the phone using some code to vibrate, and we know vibration like it really depletes the phone battery. Okay, let me fix the, it's like, okay, so you can watch my hands sometimes. Okay, now and regarding your question, Mr. Tropical, yes, I answered you, but I want to answer it also to the people. He asked me about like can someone make a Python S60 code that does not and it's very repetitive code, something like almost like a while loop or some task that's repetitive inside the script. Okay, that does not take a huge amount of battery power. Well, the interpreter itself is taking power. Okay, so regarding whatever script you're gonna write, you're topping up the load of the interpreter, because the interpreter is already taking memory when you run it, and you notice when you run it, it just takes a little bit of time to load. Okay, it's taking already some CPU power. Okay, so adding on that the scripts load, this means that you're depleting the battery of your phone. Okay, now I just take some little bit of thinking because I'm thinking of what I'm going to say to you. Okay, so bear with me, I know I'm a little bit slow. Second, well, regarding other tutorial series, okay, like I have, you know, the Python S60, okay, which is the Python on Symbian S60, and FreeBSD, and I've been asked to talk about more about expect, and there's also, which is related to TCL/TK, and there's also about how to write in assembly language. Now Python and FreeBSD have been and all this is postponed. Okay, the reasons that I'm now learning Objective-C, because I want to ensure a job for me. Okay, that's the serious crucial important things now. Okay, because you know the IT business is going like I mean on the lower level, not on the higher level like companies. I mean the starting level is just like very weak. Okay, you cannot like easily get into the market. There's very high competition. Okay, and that's why I've been years searching for a way just to get out from this competition. Okay, now using mobile programming nowadays can let you put that competition burden away. Okay, throw it out to the garbage, you know, to the bin. So this way, okay, using mobile programming, okay, you can write whatever programs and put them on Google Play and Google you know, Google Play is the Android market, and also you've got the Apple market on iTunes market, you know, so you can download all the applications that you want. Okay, and you can work from home. Nobody can stop you this way. Okay, and by the way, web programming, you know, it's a job, but this job is like going down and down and down and down with no return. Okay, as the time goes on. Okay, as the time passes by. Okay, so I've tried so hard to find a job in web programming, and I could not find any that easily. Okay, the easy way is just to go with what you learned in uni and just move to mobile, because mobiles depends so much on what you learned in uni. For example, something like C and Java and things like this. Okay, now okay, now don't think I've stopped the FreeBSD and the Python, okay, but I postponed them. Expect an assembly someday for sure. I hope, yani, I don't know. Okay, hopefully I'm going to do them. Okay, now I'm going to talk more about TCL and TK. I'm noticing that people from India are just like the main users of this language. And I know it's a very easy language. I'd love so badly to find it on Android, okay, with the TK things, you know, the TK library with the TCL. Okay, I've heard that you can install TCL in some way, okay, but the TK has a problem because of the way the GUI hardware itself is made. It's like you've got OpenGL related things, okay, and it has its own like various system. You can Google it, okay, you can find and read about it. So that's about the TCL and TK, but it's very very important to have this language on Android. You know, those who saw the videos about TCL know how much how easy is TCL, how easy TCL is, okay. Yeah, like so easy. I just can't imagine how easy it is. Yes, you'll say some people saying to me like there are programs that 1 2 3 you've got a program, okay, just do the database, all the things that you want to do, yada yada, and you got the program, okay, without writing any piece of code. But we are programs, okay, we are a community of programmers. Like you can't take these things as, you know, as silly as such, okay, and you're simplifying us so much that like you're saying we don't exist, okay. No, we exist, and we are programmers, and we must write code, okay. And so having an easy language, okay, does not mean that we should not have a language, okay, that's easy and therefore we're not doing anything, okay. I mean, like just using applications and we set aside. Sorry. Next, so I want to talk also about university, okay, versus post-university, or what's after university. And mainly it's just like a difference between them, like what's after university and what's in the university, and what we learn in both periods of our life. Now in uni, okay, mainly here in Lebanon, okay, they don't teach in Lebanon IT, okay. You have to go yourself and go find those certifications like Cisco and Linux and things like that, and learn them. But they teach us, and the degree that we take is computer science, okay? And computer science is half mathematics and half programming, okay. Because we are computer scientists, we just to solve our computing programs and computing algorithms, we need mathematics, okay. But outside the uni, those like who study, I mean, Linux and Cisco and FreeBSD and all this administration and all that stuff, it's just like he's learning tools, okay. I'm not simplifying things and making things so naive, you know, just like, it's not, I'm saying what I'm saying is just like, it's like you're learning how to use you know, your screwdriver. It's not making the screwdriver, okay. This is the difference. In uni, you're learning how things are made, okay, and because you know how things are made, you can make better things, okay. But when you are learning the IT stuff, you are stuck with what the IT and the designers of those tools are doing to you, okay. Now the businesses are all the time stuck with the IT stuff because they got no time, okay, to finish their business. They don't want to go all the time rewriting basic things like the GUI and the codes of, you know, the important codes that will finish the job for the business. Look, the guys I'm working with, okay, are hardly into computers as much as I am, okay. They are graphic designers, they are you know, barely they are programming, okay. they know a little bit about things from here in computers, okay, but they're finishing the business. Okay, why? Because the tools are already there. Okay, so in IT you're learning tools, you're a technician, that's why it's called information technology. It's a technology. It's like you're learning how to be a technician. It's not about how to be, it's not technician of like building up computers, no. Even though when you're dealing with things like Cisco and Linux and things like that, if you were already a computer science student, okay, this will let you do things better than a technician who just learned those certificates. Okay, that certificate guy is all the time, like he has to follow and update himself. You know what I mean? It's not updating himself as much as we do. We do update ourselves in information, but we have things like the keys for doing things. Okay, like for example, I can do the things without the need of going maybe to Cisco sometimes. Okay, like if you taught somebody how to make things in Cisco, okay, and he doesn't know Linux, okay, just to make a network, okay, he starts the system and raises hands like this, okay, he give it up. So because I know computer science, I can deal with what's TCP and what's the details of the IP and how the IP is done, and make a socket and make a program, while technicians will go online and search for a software. Okay, so if I got the time, I can do it. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of paying money. Okay, there's a cost for everything. So that's why businesses want you to learn IT, but I don't really encourage learning IT if you are not a computer scientist. Okay, it's very important that you learn both together. So finish your computer science first. Okay, after that, if you got the chance to and the money, of course, because it's costly, okay, to learn IT stuff, do that. When I was a young kid, okay, after uni, okay, I used to buy books, because at that time in the 90s there were no people who used to distribute e-books as much as we do have today. Okay, like there's torrent nowadays, there's Wikipedia, there's maybe that website called Stack Overflow. That's very nice for Android. I advise to use it very much. Okay, so yep, so this is what I'll talk about. Next, this is very important. Okay, I hope you bear with me. Now, I know, look, I'm working, okay, but that does not mean I'm begging from you. Okay, I want donations to continue the videos about the Macintosh programming. I don't have a Macintosh machine. As you're noticing, there's VMware. Okay, yes, I can, for example, write applications for the Macintosh as a desktop on the Mac, as I'm doing on the VMware. This has no problem, but you can't do easily iOS emulation, because when you want to write applications for the iOS, for the phones. So that's why I'm really in need of a real Macintosh machine. All I have is just a Pavilion DB6 laptop, okay, HP. Okay, it's an i7, it's good, but it's not enough just to write through iOS application. Okay, and you will yourself want to see the what's going on in the emulator. Okay, because otherwise I will have to borrow from someone just to plug his what do you call it, to borrow an iPhone or iPad just to program on them, and it will be hard for you to see what's going on the phone. Okay, So it's very important that you send them to me on Western Union, because I cannot in Lebanon, I myself cannot accept or receive, I mean, not just accept, I mean receive money, okay, unless you send them through Western Union, okay. And yes, my phone is on my my YouTube page, okay, my channel page. You can copy that and just add it to as a to the Western Union receipt, just to say that this is me, okay. Use both numbers, is very important, okay. My home phone and my mobile phone. Okay, what else? Let's see. Well, I can add more to the video. Okay, let's see if more. I'm looking for the TCL commands, because it's very important for you to see the commands of the TCL. Okay, here I got one of the Arabs. His name is Daraki331. Okay, this guy is also one of the followers of and the watchers of the Python S60. Okay, look for more. Okay, see what's more. Also, I'm looking at the comments now. Okay, there's nothing, only it's just thanks, and thanks guys, that's what I want to say to you all. What else I'm just seeing? Okay, so I hope I can also yeah, this is what I want to say more. Okay, there's also I want to say about like what's planned. Okay, now as I told you, I have I've stopped the Python, okay, and FreeBSD, if I have not talked about this. Okay, I told you that I've stopped just postponing the Python S60 and the FreeBSD and the other requests, okay, for now. What I want to do is because that's why I want the donations from you, I want to do the Cocoa. Everything related to Macintosh programming is based on Cocoa libraries. Down with the name Cocoa is very easy, very hard to pronounce. Okay, let them change it, right? Seriously. So I've got yeah, so I want to talk about Cocoa and the Cocoa Apple script. Okay, like how to use Cocoa using Objective-C and Cocoa using Apple script. This is not talked about on YouTube at all. Okay, Apple script, even if there's some kind of like hints like from here and there, okay, some YouTube, okay, there's nothing. Finish. Okay, and what else? Yeah, and I want to finish the ICE programming totally. I know there are people who talked about it, but in Arabic there isn't. Okay, so I wanted to finish the Arabic version of it. Okay, but first I'm doing now the Objective-C, and I wanna like almost not let anything pass me. Okay, there are things that I'm reading also on the documentation of the API on Macintosh's website, okay, the apple.com website, developer.apple.com website. So maybe I can add them to the Objective-C before I move on to the iOS. I know by now you can start yourself by yourself, start writing things in iOS, okay, using the libraries meant for GUI, okay, on the iPhone. But I want to first make sure 100%, okay, as far as I see that 100%, that this is enough and a good base. Then I can move to the Objective-C with iOS, of course. Okay, maybe a lesson from iOS here and a lesson from Coco here, and can just like make them in parallel. Okay, and of course, proud of Linux. See you guys.